Welcome to the New Age Podcast. I guess I'm doing the intro this time. Gohan 1080p with Mick Moore.
Hi.
So it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, and you look like Freddy One with Seth Rollins' hair, and I look more like Rob Zombie, so I guess that's fine.
It's true. If anything, we should try to get a picture of ourselves on there.
Yeah, I'll take a selfie with us once we're done with this, and then you can just put the image up for whatever.
I might get it re-dyed as red or something.
Yeah, get it blue.
Blue.
Get it like blue or purple, because I know most of the people I know want it.
Purple with a white stripe.
Her hair's all pink, and then she's got... Okay, so it's been a hot minute. One of the last ones we did was with a friend of ours, Nightbolt, but...
Wasn't it bad news for Battleground, the last one we did?
Dude, I don't know.
I don't know, now we're reviewing Wrestlemania, and this will probably be an hour-long one, so...
Or whenever my battery for my computer dies, because...
Then we'll just have to plug it in and charge it, take a break.
Yeah, we'll take a break and just, like, a little short intermission. And the reason
Short breaks in between.
Reason why it's on my computer now, my beefy Dell, is because... It's funny.
My MacBook GPU is now dead. Gotta get it repaired.
All the AMVs you've done on what thing?
On my Samsung KineMaster.
Yeah. Both rocking the, what's yours?
S5.
Same. Then the 6 or whatever comes out, and even though I got mine on Christmas. So fantastic.
Yeah, I got mine a little bit before Christmas.
Alright. So, WrestleMania recap. Let's start with the pre-show. We're going to run down the card. We're going to start with the pre-show up until the main event and what happened after that.
So we had what started it off? The Fatal 4-Way?
Yeah, it was the, I honestly didn't watch some of it.
I wish the New Day wasn't in there. I wish the Lucha Dragons were in that.
I missed the first
That's when they should have made their debut and won the titles, in my opinion.
I was just saying, I missed the first couple minutes because I had my nephew with me, but, what was it again? It was Cesaro, Tyson Kidd,
New Day.
Okay, New Day.
Sucks.
Was it the Usos and
It was really only the one
Los
Uso.
Matadores.
The one Uso.
Why?
I don't know which one it was because the other one got injured.
Which one? You could tell which one by their tattoos.
I don't pay attention.
Jay's got the awesome tribal cross.
The one that could wrestle, let's just say that.
Isn't that what the bell is? Bree can wrestle, Nikki's the one with the job.
I don't. They're both out the way.
Where's my soda? Okay,
Right behind it.
Talk about the other cards while I get my soda.
So we had the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Big Show winning his first ever Battle Royal. I wish Mizdow would have won it, but...
Yeah, that would be kind of predictable.
Or at least Hideo Itami stayed in longer.
I know, please. I miss Hideo.
He's going to be a mid-card jobber like every other Japan wrestler. You just watch.
Well, considering he was the biggest star in Japan, imagine the backlash they would get if that ever happened.
True.
Of course, same thing happened with Sin Cara, but the excuse that they had was that he just botched 24/7.
He does do the Swanton better than Hardy ever did.
Yeah. Well, actually, this is a different Sin Cara. You know, there was the two Sin Caras.
No, this is the original. This is Hunico.
Yeah, Unico is. Sin
He
Cara
was
now.
the original Sin Cara.
And then they had the other one in Japan who they made a comic book about, but never really heard about it, so how popular was it? I don't know. Okay, what was the next one?
I'm not sure.
That's when the show started after the,
I think it was,
Battle
it was the ladder match. The ladder match.
Yeah, oh my lord.
Dean Ambrose getting powerbombed.
Dean Ambrose died.
God damn.
He just died. Okay, this was the original plan for this. I wanted to get a few of my friends onto this, but we were pretty much, a few of us were busy or just couldn't happen, so...
And all my friends are in Texas.
So it's just pretty much the two of us, as usual. So...
Better make sure your computer doesn't go to sleep and interrupt us.
Anyway, back to the wrestling card recap.
The ladder match was really good. I feel that Barrett sort of got robbed, or that we got robbed of what could have been a Daniel Bryan and Ziggler main event spot.
It was sort of almost. They almost gave it to us. I mean, they put the both of them in there. I saw a meme online about...
It was still a 4 to 5 stars match.
Yeah. I saw this meme online about, like, comment, subscribe, or whatever. this match will be amazing without Daniel Bryan. Like, it'll be amazing without him just because of the lineup it had.
It would have been good, but
Stardust.
you know, all the Daniel Bryan fanatics would have been crazy.
You know, you see Stardust's little custom ladder?
Yeah, that way they're destroyed.
Yeah, I feel like if they all had their own little custom theme, just like that, they all have their own little entrance, their own little theme, like, as we'll explain later on throughout the card. And if you hear a dripping sound, it's because my windows are open.
And it's raining out here.
Holy crap. I'm gonna close
Up
them.
in the boonies.
I'm gonna close them. Continue talking.
So, what was next after the ladder match? I can't remember. I feel like I want to say Triple H versus Sting, but that was later, was it not?
I want to say that probably was after. I mean, I think that was the next one. Orton and Rollins.
Yes. Orton had a spectacular
Out of
RKO
nowhere!
Out of nowhere.
Actually, back to the Friends thing real quick before I had to close my windows. Me and my good friends Ryan and Bruce. How Dean looked like he almost died when he went through the ladder. And Stardust just looking like Mr. Sinister from X-Men.
They're completely ruining his character, I think. The announcers are, anyway.
They're doing something with it. And actually, speaking of the announcers, before we end WrestleMania, we'll talk about the post-Raw thing. That'll be one of the last few things we talk about before getting on to
Suplex City,
other.
bitch.
Suplex City, bitch! Okay, back to Orton and Rollins. RKO out of nowhere. Overall, pretty good match, even though Seth lost.
I give it another 4 out of 5.
Yeah, that was really good. Good match.
Rollins is underrated. His character is sort of crappy, I think. It needs to be renewed.
I like the whole thing they're doing with him right now as a heel. And that's the future of the company.
Yeah, but I think he would be a better face.
You notice how all of, like, ROH stars, CM Punk, ROH champion, WWE champion, Daniel Bryan, ROH champion, WWE champion, Rollins, ROH champion,
NXT champion,
WWE champion. ROH, it works.
So maybe we'll see Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins in the near future for the belt.
Kill Owens, kill. And alright, what was next after that?
I believe it was Triple H after that.
Yeah, Sting coming out in this whole, like, almost kabuki
Japan
style. It was like a kabuki entrance.
It was an okay. It would have been better if it was dark.
Fucking Terminator Triple H. Big dumb Terminator entrance. Oh my god.
I think that was the best entrance of the night, though, besides Bray Wyatt's.
Oh yeah. That whole thing would have been better though if it was dark.
Yes, it would have.
Like, I understand the whole thing with Triple H. Last year he came out.
But I do like the look of it underneath the sun. The look of the product just looks better.
Triple H coming out last year like freaking Shao Kahn, and then this year coming out as the Terminator. Did you know they had Arnold Schwarzenegger do the voiceovers?
Yes.
And it was just a few days before, and not like at the... Actually, it was sometime after the Hall of Fame, which was just the night before. So everybody was rushing to get that voiceover in.
Yeah.
Overall, though, that was... Actually, I looked it up, and that was the longest match of the night, actually.
Should have been, I think. Should have went on a little bit longer, but...
Well, what are you going to do when it's WWE versus WCW again with the NWO and DX?
What would have really made the night is if Triple H said, "All right, restart the match, NWO."
I don't know. That's more of a end of the year thing, I feel. Like Survivor Series, possibly get a Survivor Series match going between DX and some members of NWO, like Big Show and Booker T. Probably get that going. All right, who was next after that?
Bray Wyatt and Undertaker.
Was it, or was it the Divas match? Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt was like the
Yeah,
middle.
it was a Divas match.
Yeah, it was Paige and AJ and the Bella twins.
I feel like that was before the Triple H match.
No, that was after that, I think. We're sorry for messing up the whole card, but we're trying to run that. We're trying to go down the whole thing. We're trying to go down the whole thing. I don't know if it's in order, but it was the Bellas, which is just Brie and I don't know, Nikki.
Brie and Nikki against Paige and AJ.
Overall, I thought that was pretty good too.
It was another 4 out of 5 match.
The only issue I feel most people had with that is because you could tell something was going on with AJ, like something's probably gonna happen in the near future.
I'm pretty sure she's pregnant.
You think she is?
I'm pretty sure. Because if you notice on Raw, they do not...
Getting caught up in a bunch of other stuff.
Bray Wyatt versus Undertaker was next.
That was my
Bray
favorite
Wyatt
match.
came out with a freaking, what was it?
He comes
supposed
out
to
with
be
a fucking
zombies.
Comes out with a fucking zombie scarecrow army. Like
Freaking, I thought Undertaker would have had a badass entrance, but he really didn't.
I remember on another podcast.
At least he had hair.
Yeah, he had the American Badass look again. 2004.
He should have came in
with
as
Harley.
the American Badass.
I remember on a podcast I was listening to a while back, Super Best Friend Cast. They were recapping the whole thing as well with Matthew from Botchamania. You ever watch Botchamania?
No.
We'll watch it later tonight. For those who don't know, Botchamania is just, well, a botch is just whenever a wrestler messes up or slips or falls or misspells or missays something on a promo. And Botchamania is taking all of that, all of those screw-ups, and putting them in a hilarious compilation. So thank you, Matthew. So they were going over the whole card, and they were talking about how, like, if Undertaker lost then and then he wins now, is it like some form of redemption from Brock, or is it like some weird stupid storyline on how, oh hey, Brock Lesnar must have took some of Undertaker's power and now he's Brock
I think
Taker.
it was Vince's way of apologizing to us for letting the Undertaker lose to a fucking part-timer.
Yeah, well, he re-signed now, so you don't know.
Maybe.
But, oh yeah, it was like he took some of his power and became Brock Taker. And then, like, as the last resort way of winning, like, Undertaker just looked so surprised, like, what? Kicked out the tombstone, And then, like, the bike...
When Bray Wyatt kicked out of the tombstone, Undertaker's face was priceless.
Yeah, that's his surprise face whenever, like, in the middle of a WrestleMania, that's how his face is.
And then Bray Wyatt's face when he did the spider thing.
That was an awesome moment. He sits up after he does the spider walk, both of them are like, oh shit. But, very quickly, the last thing they were talking about was, like, Undertaker's on the verge of losing. As a last resort, all of a sudden, the bike comes running down with the leather gloves and the jacket. Nobody's riding it. It's, like, remote controlled and just runs into Bray Wyatt. The bike saved him. Like, that would have made some stupid WrestleMania moments. Overall, though, that was a pretty good match. Undertaker.
I gave that a 5 out of 5.
Undertaker.
Just because it was Undertaker.
He's, like, in his... Oh, phone's ringing. Hold up.
Quick.
Since we're getting caught up in a bunch of other stuff.
Bray Wyatt versus Undertaker was next.
That was my
Bray
favorite
Wyatt
match.
came.
Another short intermission, and because we had to connect my computer. Post Raw, I thought it was pretty good.
One of the best draws in a few months, I think.
It was really good. I thought it was really good.
The crowd was freaking hilarious throughout the whole thing. They were doing the wave.
I forgot. I saw it briefly when they were doing a wave after I just
They
got out
did
of the
it
shower.
like 10 times.
Jesus Christ.
Because they completely turned on the main event.
What was the main event? I forgot. It was...
Randy Orton, Ryback, and Roman Reigns against the other three. Rollins, Big Show, and Kane.
Wasn't that, No, that wasn't this week, no.
That was last week.
Yeah.
We had freaking Daniel Bryan versus Ziggler in an awesome title match.
And then, like on SmackDown or whatever it was, they had just them headbutting each other back and forth, and then somehow...
Never headbutt a goat, Ziggler.
And somehow Bryan just got this giant scar on his head and just started bleeding profusely. And then Barrett just elbows the shit out of him.
And opens it up even more.
I know. And then they had that video of like... Oh yeah, that was the one thing I also want to talk about. Brock Lesnar doing everyone a favor.
Getting rid of Michael Cole.
Fucking thank you.
That was the best announced team we've had in years. No announced team.
I know. Well, no, it was Brian Saxton and Jerry Lawler. So both of them were...
Basically no announced team. Freaking Brock Lesnar flipping the shit out of a table.
I just hear Booker T.
F5ing Michael Cole and F5ing a camera guy twice.
Was it twice?
It was twice.
Oh yeah. And he just flips over J&J.
Never screw Brock Lesnar.
Never screw someone like that. I don't know.
Never screw someone who can kill a man with one punch.
No, that's, I was going to say Anderson Silva, but then he's a cheater, so I don't know. No, it's Ronda Rousey. She could break an arm in like 5 seconds. It was pretty decent. I would talk more about it, but honestly, I forgot most of it.
That's all I remember of it too, besides the crappy main event they had with the Wave. And Roman Reigns actually jumped over the top rope like the Undertaker used to.
No, with Undertaker that was more straight, and Roman just did.
I haven't watched NXT in a while. I only watched really the NXT pay-per-views.
You need to watch more of NXT, dude. It is way
I saw Alex Shiley came back.
Yeah, and he got his ass handed to him by Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens being the new Brock Lesnar for WWE, pretty much. I firmly believe. Solomon Crow is pretty good. You ever see any of him?
No.
Have you ever even heard of him? Or like
nope.
seen
CJ Parker was released.
Yeah, he requested to be released. That was the first guy Solomon Crow actually fought. So since you don't know who Solomon Crow is, his gimmick is supposed to be just honestly that of a computer hacker. And when he was in Combat Zone, him and Dean Ambrose used to be partners and rivals from time to time. And I shit you not, his hair is completely spiked up or whatever, so it looks like a freaking black-haired Super Saiyan. I kid you not. I'm gonna look up a photo.
A black-haired Vegeta?
Yeah, basically, and he had the freaking like neck beard and goatee and everything.
So King Vegeta.
He just had the mustache. I'm gonna look up a photo of him on my phone.
No, King Vegeta had a goatee.
No, he just had he had a little tiny goatee. Let's see, Solomon Crow. We'll put a photo of him also now up there too. Oh yeah, here. Here's Solomon Crow.
Holy crap!
Yeah. I'll just give you that image and send to you, and you can put it up, or some other image. But yeah, him and Dean Ambrose used to be old partners, as you can tell.
Huh. Two lunatics.
Oh yeah, they're both lunatics, pretty much. Except one's a hacker and the other one is a literal lunatic. One of the things he tried to do, though, which I found weird, was that in his beginning matches, they would have his hair slicked back, and he had something like Seth Rollins' look, like his attire, and his hair all slicked back and has goatee all pointed out, which I thought was weird.
He's on NXT now, you said?
Yeah, he is.
I'll have to watch it tonight.
He's only been on a few matches, though. He beat up CJ Parker, and what's the other thing? Oh yeah, he fought Bull Dempsey.
One thing I've been watching a lot of, though, is Lucha Underground.
Oh, that does seem pretty good. I need to watch more Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, too. That's one thing I'll give Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. They have the most hilarious commentary team I've heard in a while. Oh my god. They had this one thing down on Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, since we're gonna keep talking about wrestling for a few minutes. They had this one thing down on Pro Wrestling Guerrilla where they had, this was a few years ago, remember Cesaro's old tag team partner, if you ever knew him, Chris Hero? Chris Hero, Cassius Ohno? You probably don't know him.
No.
On NXT they had someone called Cassius Ohno, and he was Cesaro's old partner called Chris Hero. And about a few years back on a show, it was dark outside, and it was like almost a fatal four-way street fight between Claudio, Chris, this one awesome guy called Human Tornado, freaking amazing, and this guy called Necro Butcher, who if you saw him you would think he's like Luke Harper, pretty much. Wrestles completely barefoot. Necro Butcher's amazing. So it's the four of them in like some big street fight or whatever, I don't know, some giant brawl. And they're all wrestling outside. Tornado's throwing Necro Butcher to the ground, backs up to probably go get a weapon or something. And then Necro Butcher just comes up under a streetlight and just starts throwing rocks at Cesaro and Chris Hero and Human Tornado. And the commentary team is flipping out. They're like, he's throwing rocks! Necro Butcher's fucking throwing rocks! Like, they're losing it. It was amazing. Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. If you haven't watched it, go watch it.
Alright, I think that's enough of wrestling right now. I think we covered just about everything.
A few things. AJ Lee retiring, actually.
AJ Lee retires. We wish her the best.
I do wish her the best, yeah. Go check it out. Go check out her website for her clothing. She has some pretty interesting clothing line, I think. I don't know.
Did you see the shirt she was wearing on Raw?
Yeah, I'm a hugger for Bailey.
We'll have a part 1 and part 2 probably.
I have no idea, and you'll probably have to make a few cuts. Oh yeah, I just remembered. Oh my god. So, according to Facebook and a couple other sites I found, a man named Joel Berger and a woman named Ashley King are getting married. And the reason why it's a big deal is because Burger King is sponsoring it. Get Joe Burger, Ashley King.
Wow.
Yeah. And apparently they somehow heard about it and they messaged them and said, listen, we want to pay for and sponsor the wedding. Just because their last names are Burger and King, and it's the stupidest thing, I think.
Wow.
It is so stupid. I don't know why.
A free wedding, who cares?
Yeah, it's a free wedding for both of them. And people are like, oh, they're going to have a Whopper kid. And I'm like, if their kid is a nicknamed Whopper, that is going to be a freaking failure.
At least the middle name should be Whopper.
I don't know. Or just W. Big King. I don't know. Again, just another stupid...
What are they going to do? Have the freaking last names jointed together?
Yeah, Burger King. Why do you think it's being sponsored by Burger King?
Wow.
I told you, names were Joel Berger and Ashley King. Dude.
That's just wow.
Yeah, that's video games and wrestling. That's what we mostly talk about now.
And anime.
True, that too. But anyway-wise, last couple things I only watched was just Hellsing, honestly.
You need to really watch Kami Got Killed.
Kami Got Killed?
It's on Hulu Plus.
Weren't you also saying something about Kill la Kill?
That show is weird as shit.
I saw a bunch of good stuff about Kill la Kill and Gurren Lagann.
I watched like part of one episode of Kill la Kill, but it's weird. It's like weird.
Going back to
they're literally called Goku uniforms, which gives you special powers.
Awesome. So I also remember a while back, I was having this discussion with the same people and a couple other friends. The same friends I was talking to Wrestlemania about. A couple days before, we were talking just a bunch of random stuff about anime. And the subject of Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood came up on being one of the best animes in a while. And that got me thinking, wow, I haven't watched that in a while. I need to catch up on it.
Yeah, I need to watch that. I haven't watched it yet. I've been watching other anime like World Break.
And,
Kami Got Killed, a bunch of others.
Then we were also talking about, you ever heard
Oh, and Assassination Classroom. Have you watched that?
No.
It's freaking hilarious.
Okay. I also remember something about that. Isn't that the basis of the script you posted on Facebook a while back, or
No.
you posted?
No, this is different.
Oh. Because I thought it was like the same thing you were doing about that.
It's somewhat the same, but at the same time different. I had an idea for an anime, so I'm writing a script for it.
Yeah. I saw the script you were posting on Facebook when you tagged me and a couple other people, and I was like, weren't you talking about this like a couple days ago? I don't know.
Yeah, I had a dream. I was like in a third-person dream, and all this stuff was happening. I'm like, what the hell's happening here? It was just weird.
That'll be the name of this podcast. Wrestling, video games, and...
No, wrestling and other weird shit.
Wrestling, Bloodborne, and a bunch of anime classroom shit. So...
But basically the basic of my anime is that they make a school, and the teachers and the school basically are one. They kill the students to reduce population. 5 students try to save everybody.
That seems like our school friend Danielle just kept saying we're the worst, like Rosario plus Vampire and some other stuff. I forgot what they were. Christ, when we post this, I'm gonna have to tag my friends too, just to be like, hey, I talked about you guys.
Talking shit about you guys.
Not talking shit, I don't know. Let's see, that was anime. So, video games.
Dragon Ball Xenoverse came out.
Yeah, and what's your review on that? Because I never played it.
It needs, the servers need work, and the DLC needs work too. The DLC is basically a ripoff.
I haven't played Dragon Ball games in a few years.
But honestly, this is the best Dragon Ball game in years.
Is it?
Best since Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
Isn't that what we were talking about on the last few podcasts, where it's like, this new one could possibly be something?
No, we were talking about J-Star's Victory Versus.
Oh yeah. I almost completely forgot about that game. I'm talking about.
It's coming to North America soon.
Is it?
This summer. But it's going to be subbed and not dubbed, which is I like, because I like subbed anime a lot better than dubbed now.
I'll watch both because honestly it doesn't really bother me. The only issue I'll have with it is if I can actually follow the plot line of either a story or what's been going on.
If it's dubbed for me, it has to have Sony Strata Chris Sabat in it.
Yeah, if it has people from Dragon Ball that you recognize, it will be of importance to you.
Oh, freaking, I finally watched Death Note 2.
Oh, finally!
Finally, I love that freaking show.
The second
but
best,
I don't like the ending. I think Light Yagami should have won the game.
the second best anime next to Full Metal Alchemist. You finally watched it. I don't know, I like the ending of that.
Second best? I mean third best. Dragon Ball is always on top.
Oh, there you go again. Speaking of my friends, they're gonna be mad at you if they watch this now. It's because we're talking about that.
Dragon Ball on top, motherfuckers.
I disagree.
You know the universe rule, you haven't got into anime unless you watch Naruto or Dragon Ball.
For me it was Naruto. For me it was Naruto as a kid, and then I stopped watching it because everything just got...
Naruto has too many flashbacks.
It had too many No, Bleach for me had too many fillers. Same with Naruto.
Okay, Naruto Shippuden just has way too many flashbacks.
Alright, we were going to talk about video games, and then we just got sidetracked again.
Don't we always?
With friends we do. When it's just the both of us, not too bad. Now, video game-wise, Bloodborne.
I saw trailers of it. It looks okay.
It is amazing. Let me tell you. I've never played it, but it looks fantastic. It's like, you're in the city of Yharnam, and actually, I'm trying to think about how to fully explain this. In the city of Yharnam, you're a traveler seeking a remedy that the city of Yharnam is most famous for. But for some reason, the city has become infested with a plague, and most of the population has become these psychotic feral beasts, and the rest of them have become deranged hunters, or just deranged in general, trying to hunt them. As a new hunter, you and this, I don't know what his role is, but you guy's name Garmin or something. First person you meet in the game gives you a blood transfusion, which gives you the blood of Yharnam, and you become pretty much just one like the residents. And as a new hunter, you have to not only seek the remedy, but you also have to discover what's been going on with Yharnam. And spoiler, it's Lovecraft as fuck. So for anybody who knows Lovecraft, for anybody who likes the Souls games and Lovecraftian horror and just fighting these beasts in a Victorian setting, not unlike the ancient world of Dark Souls, you should play this. And it's a lot more fast-paced and intense. No shields. It's just a gun and a cleaver or an axe or a sword, whatever you want.
And for those who love RPGs, if you have not yet, go get Dragon Age Inquisition. For the love of God, go get it.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of...
If you like Skyrim and all that shit, go fucking get it.
If you like Skyrim, go get Dark Souls. It's way more messed up, and even though it's way harder, drop your fucking shield. I don't know.
Yeah, Dragon Age Inquisition has some DLC coming out. It actually came out on Xbox One and PC already.
Wow.
The Jaws of Hakkon.
Jaws of Hakkon. What's with RPGs today and having just these stupidly cool names? The Ultimate Edition for Dark Souls is just called Scholars of the First Sin. The Jaws of Hakkon. Where are you coming up with this cool stuff?
You probably had it planned out for a while.
I would assume.
Well, known BioWare. BioWare makes some good shit. Mass Effect.
Valve makes some good stuff. I don't
Speaking of games, everybody's talking about it already. Call of Duty Black Ops 3. It's that time of year.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You may be talking about Black Ops 3.
I'm not even gonna get Black Ops 3.
I'm talking about fucking Mortal Kombat 10, motherfuckers.
Unfortunately, that's a next-gen only game, isn't it?
No, they'll have it for PS3 and Xbox 360, I'm sure.
They fucking better.
Yeah, they'll probably have it for that.
Because if I'm not getting Call of Duty this year, I'm getting that.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat. It looks amazing this year, new Mortal Kombat. It's almost like in the veins of Injustice, pretty much. It's gonna be like the old Mortal Kombat 9 from a few years ago, and probably Injustice. But it looks fantastic. If you haven't seen the launch trailer, go watch it. It pretty much, I don't know, like reintroduces new.
I'll have a link in the description. It has Chop freaking Suey from System of a Down.
I know. It's got Jason Voorhees, the Predator, and for all you MK nerds out there, it's got Tremor. And for those who don't know, Tremor was just a secret guest or bugged glitch character from old Mortal Kombat. I decided to throw in there because, hey, why not? Let's get a bunch of characters in there. We got Jason and the fucking Predator, so why not?
And on top of characters, people are still, I don't know why they're doing this, they're still trying to get Goku in Smash.
When I look at trying to get people into Smash for voting polls, first person that comes to mind for me, just because I watched two best friends play, is Wonder Red from the wonderful 101. Which if you have a Wii U, go buy 101. Wonderful 101. It's fantastic.
But yeah, people stop trying to get Goku in Smash. He would not fit in at all. He's way too overpowered for shit.
Did they stop, or are you trying to get them to stop?
They need to fucking stop trying to get Goku in Smash.
I wonder what my friend Bruce thinks about that whole thing. I wonder who he's voting for.
If anybody, Naruto would fit in really well.
Someone from Naruto universe.
But it has
probably.
to be a Nintendo character.
That's what they said about Sonic, and then you had Snake.
Yeah, I haven't played that game in a while.
I still have it.
Brawl.
I still have it, thankfully. Because I just play all the old stuff. Also, another thing for video games, Tekken 7, that seems pretty good as well.
I haven't seen previews of it.
They showed official gameplay trailers, and it's pretty much almost like a revived version of... revised, not revived. What the hell am I talking about? Revised version of Tag Tournament 2, because pretty much, no matter what video game it is, Tekken has always been almost the best looking, pretty much. Even with The Order 1886 being like the most gorgeous game today, which I have, and it's really good. Tekken has always been one of the best looking, even when it first came out. It's always been fantastic, graphics-wise and gameplay-wise. But, synopsis for Tekken 7 is that it's supposed to just be like the finale, pretty much. Same with Mortal Kombat, because that's supposed to be the final for Mortal Kombat. New Outworld Emperor, Shao Kahn's dead, and with Tekken, the end of the Mishima storyline. So pretty much an ending to a bunch of great sagas for video games, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And Killer Instinct, so Cinder coming out for
And
Killer
if you ever
Instinct.
need a new game to play, Dragon Age, it's $20.
If you have an
Dragon Age Origins Ultimate.
If you have an Xbox, go get Killer Instinct. We don't have Xboxes, and I want one just for Killer Instinct on the Xbox One.
I still have my 360.
For an Xbox One, Killer Instinct almost is probably the best fighting game for Xbox One, I feel. Have you ever seen anything about Killer Instinct? I would imagine not, no.
I probably would if I had my goddamn computer, but...
I would try to go into detail explaining Killer Instinct, but there's so much I want to talk about, and it would take too long, so you just have to look it up on your own. So let's see,
TFS, finally...
I'm trying to remember, it almost pretty much wraps it up, almost, I feel.
Nope, Furious 7 came out.
Oh, right.
I went to go see it in IMAX, fucking amazing movie.
Without revealing any spoilers, how exactly was it?
It was fucking action-packed, non-stop, all the way through.
I never watched. I did not watch it yet, but from what I've seen, the ending apparently made some people cry, and the rest of it was just...
It was a sad ending, yeah.
Because I know they used Paul Walker's stunt... not his stunt double, Jesus Christ.
His brother. Both of his brothers were in it, actually.
Does he have... Is there like 3 identical people? Triplets?
2 brothers that look like him, Cody and Caleb, I think the other one's name is. Caleb Walker?
Caleb Walker?
Caleb and Cody Walker.
I haven't seen it yet, and it's that and the new Marvel's movie, Age of Ultron, that I want to see too.
And then Revival of F is coming out.
Golden Frieza. What the
Golden
hell?
Frieza!
His brother's cooler.
And then I guess Vegeta's finally gonna get his moment.
His brother's cooler though. He's super cooler though.
And guys, don't believe any of the fucking transformation shit until the movie actually releases. Like that whole blue-haired Goku shit, don't believe it.
Yeah, you're going to be talking about this most of the time because I don't keep up with the Dragon Ball stuff as much, or not at all anymore.
Have you watched Battle of Gods yet?
I've seen parts of it, and it seemed interesting because the guy who voices Bills also does Krieg from Borderlands. So
you really
that's
need to watch that. It was the best Dragon Ball movie in years.
Was it?
It brought back some characteristics from Dragon Ball.
Since the same guy who did Beerus, or Bills, whatever his name is, on Battle of Gods. Apparently did Krieg from Borderlands. I just want to hear him try to sound like a complete psychopath. So that might be pretty interesting to check out, probably.
You could probably stream it on watchcartoons.com or whatever that set is.
I'll just look up clips of it online and just piece everything together, like I did with most other movies. So I think that pretty much wraps up the majority of what we were going to talk about.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
An hour-long podcast, just about.
Yeah, 30 seconds in, hit him with an F5. Hit it back so hard he feel it in the next life. Pull him over that shoulder just like a knapsack. Stocky man going down like the NASDAQ. No promise revenge. I know that I'll win and I know that I'm holding that title again. It's that Lesnar for president, no election. We dictate this ring from the start to the end. Gone. Punch him in the gut and hit him with a shoulder tug. Head down, man, you know what's up. Spinning, flipping, man, we gotta get him over up. Then we leave him like the covers, man, he folding up. First I hit him with a knee in the ring. Then he married to the sheets, let him sleep. German suplex, I make the best falling. Ask me who's next, we tell him Seth Rollins. Gone. Hit him with an F5. Hit him with an F5. Hit him with an F5. Money in the bank, now we hit him with an F5. Suplex City, bitch. Hit him with a German, hit him with a F5. Suplex City, bitch. Hit him with a German, hit him with a F5. Yeah, man, we hit him with a F5. Yeah, we hit him with a F5. Hit him with a F5. German first, then we